We all know about putting up the Christmas tree, hanging stockings, and passing presents. Here are a few other cultural Christmas celebrations to spice up your holidays. We'll start with Austria. In Austria, St. Nicholas has an evil counterpart named Krampus. You've probably heard of him. He's a demon-like creature with one task: to punish bad children before Christmas. Basically the bad cop to St. Nick's good cop. Men dressed in devil costumes roam the streets, carrying chains in a basket for abducting especially bad children and hauling them to hell. Merry Christmas. Next up is Japan. It is a Christmas tradition for Japanese families to get Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas. Back in 1974, the American fast food restaurant KFC released a festive marketing campaign in Japan. The seemingly simple slogan, "Kurisumasu ni wa Kentucky," spawned a national tradition that still thrives to this day. Although Christmas isn't a national holiday in Japan, families from all over the country head to their local KFC for a special Christmas Eve meal. Demand is so high that if you don't order your Christmas family bucket in advance, you're probably out of luck. Now in Norway, you better hide your broom. Norwegians believe that Christmas Eve coincides with the arrival of evil spirits and witches. It is only logical that Norwegian households hide all their brooms before they go to sleep. Christmas Eve is the day when troublesome spirits and witches take to the skies for mischief and general tomfoolery. We all know that witches use brooms as their preferred mode of transport, so you better hide them or else. In the Venezuelan capital, Caracas, swarms of city dwellers make their way to Mass on roller skates every year on Christmas morn. The tradition is now so well established that many of the city's streets are closed to traffic from 8 a.m. so that the skating congregation can get to church safely. It's even said that children will sleep with one lace from their skates tied around their toe, with the skate itself dangling from the window so that their friends can wake them up with a friendly tug on the lace. That's more trust than I'm willing to have in my fellow man personally, but that's just me. In Catalonia, the bizarre Catalan tradition of caguetillo, or defecating log, takes precedence. Locals in Catalonia create a character out of a log, drawing a face on it and giving it a hat. Then they spend a fortnight quote-unquote feeding it fruit, nuts, and sweets. On Christmas Eve, the entire family beats the log with stakes and sings a traditional song that translates to, "If you don't crap well, I'll beat you with a stick," until the log excretes all of its treats. "Excrete all them treats" is actually an honored greeting there. It's hard to comprehend why the tradition hasn't caught on elsewhere. You just beat the literal and metaphorical shit out of the log. They also decorate their nativity scenes with small pooping ceramic figurines. Because, of course. Let's journey over to Greenland real quick. Each Christmas, Greenlanders have a delicious meal of muktuk, raw whale skin with a little blubber, and kiviak, which is made by wrapping an auk in sealskin, burying it for several months, and eating its decomposed flesh. I don't think Greenland understands that the actual purpose of eating is to stay alive. Next up is Guatemala. In Guatemala, cleanliness truly is next to godliness. Locals believe that the devil and other evil spirits live in the dark, dirty corners of your home. Therefore, they spend the week before Christmas sweeping up, collecting trash, and piling everything in a huge heap outside. Then an effigy of the devil is placed on top and the whole thing is set on fire. It's called La Quema de Diablo, the burning of the devil. The idea is to burn all the bad from the previous year and start a new year from out of the ashes. In Ukraine, they deck the halls with spider webs. Ukrainians use decorations that mimic the natural formation of spiders' webs shimmering with dew. This tradition goes back to a folk tale about a poor widow who could not afford to decorate a tree for her children. Legend has it that spiders in her house took pity on the family and spun beautiful webs all over the tree, which the children awoke to find on Christmas morning. Spiders' webs are also considered to be lucky in Ukrainian culture. You know that thing about throwing a bouquet at a wedding to decide the next bride? Well, the Czech Republic does the lonely version of that. On Christmas Eve, unmarried Czech women stand with their back to the door and toss one of their shoes over their shoulder. If it lands with the toe facing the door, it means they'll be married within the year. If it lands with the heel facing the door, no dice. Next up for footwear, German children leave a boot or a shoe outside their bedroom door. In the morning, if they've been good, they will wake to find shoes filled with sweets. If they haven't, they will find only a branch. You may have heard of putting a pickle ornament in the Christmas tree. This is believed to have started in Germany back in the 16th century. They hide a pickle somewhere within the branches of the tree and give a gift to whichever child in the household finds it. Some claim that the tradition may not be German at all. One legend says that the Christmas pickle originated in Spain, when a few young boys were trapped as prisoners inside a pickle barrel. Heroic St. Nicholas rescued the boys and brought them back to life. There's also a story of a starving prisoner in the Civil War, 20-year-old Sergeant Oliver Pendleton Clark, who begged one of his Confederate guards for some food and was given a pickle. He later credited the simple token of humanity for giving him the clarity of purpose to continue his fight to survive, and after his escape began hiding a pickle in his Christmas trees. Either way, a pickle on the Christmas tree is certainly one of the Christmas traditions of all time. Let's talk about Finland for a moment. Many homes in Finland come equipped with their own sauna, and at Christmas time, this cozy spot becomes a sacred space associated with long-dead ancestors. They also wear sauna hats that look like this. On Christmas Eve, it's customary to strip naked and take a long and respectful stint in the sauna, which is also believed to be the home of the legendary sauna elf. Maybe you get to see the sauna elf's Netherlands. Speaking of the Netherlands, every year in the days leading up to Christmas, Dutch children eagerly place their shoes by the fire in hopes that Sinterklaas will fill them with small gifts and treats in the night. Traditionally, carrots are left in the shoes for Sinterklaas's faithful steed, the white horse named Amerigo, who discovered America. In the olden days, naughty children would receive a potato instead of gifts, but potato punishment is no longer considered an appropriate scare tactic. Let's grab a bite to eat in South Africa. You ever eat fried caterpillars? Yeah, they actually eat fried caterpillars. But not just any fried caterpillars. They're the caterpillars of the pine tree emperor moth, which are covered in very festive colors, giving all who swallow a little extra luck in the coming year. If you don't eat the caterpillars in one bite, they actually stone you, so be careful. New Zealand is known for many things. Kiwis, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. But did you know that they also have their own Christmas tree? The Pahutakawa is a beautiful tree that is native to New Zealand with gnarled roots and bright crimson flowers. The first mention of the Pahutakawa tree comes from Austrian geologist Ferdinand von Hochstetter in 1867. He describes locals decorating their churches and homes with the brightly colored branches at Christmas. Today, the Pahutakawa tree is a recognized symbol of Christmas around New Zealand and is featured on Christmas cards, decorations, and even the Christmas carols that children sing at school. Lastly is Sweden, who celebrates with a goat. The Yule goat dates back to at least the 11th century, where there are mentions of a man-sized goat figure led by St. Nicholas who had the power to control the devil. The Yule goat has changed quite a bit throughout history. In the 17th century, it was popular for young men to dress as the goat creature and run around pulling pranks and demanding gifts. Give me your cheese! By the 19th century, the goat became a good guy, a giver of gifts. Instead of Father Christmas, men in the family would dress up as a goat and give gifts to the entire family. Today, the Yule goat has taken its place in modern history as a traditional Christmas ornament on trees throughout Sweden. In larger cities, giant versions of these goat ornaments are created out of straw and red ribbons. Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you get to spend some quality time with your family and celebrate however you please. Let me know in the comments if you have any fun traditions. Take care, everyone, and as always, don't be a dumb fork, be a smart spoon.